Welcome to Brave Voice English. Listen, read, and learn English with short stories. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin.
The Boy with No Toys. In a quiet village near the forest, there lived a little boy named Leo. He was 7 years old. Leo had short black hair, big brown eyes, and a soft voice. He was small, quiet, and kind. He lived with his grandmother in a small wooden house with a tin roof. His parents had passed away when he was just a baby. His grandmother was the only family he had. Their house had just 2 rooms. One room was where they slept, and the other was the kitchen. They didn't have a lot of things. There was one bed, a small table, 2 chairs, and an old stove. They had no television, no phone, and no car. But what Leo missed the most were toys. Other children in the village had toys. Some had balls, toy cars, plastic animals, and even shiny robots. On the way to school, Leo saw kids playing with kites and balloons. During lunch, they took out spinning tops, building blocks, and dolls. But Leo had none. He didn't complain. He never asked his grandmother for toys. He knew they had no money. His grandmother sold vegetables in the market. Some days, they only ate rice and salt. Still, Leo was thankful. Every night, his grandmother told him stories. Every morning, she gave him a hug and a warm bowl of porridge. That made him happy. But deep in his heart, Leo wished for just one toy, just one thing he could call his own. One day at school, the teacher said, "Children, tomorrow is toy day. Everyone can bring their favorite toy and show it to the class." The children cheered. They began to talk about what they would bring. "I'll bring my big red fire truck," said Mark. "I'll bring my doll that sings," said Lisa. "I'll bring my robot," said Tim. Everyone was excited. Leo smiled, but inside, he felt nervous. He didn't have any toy to show. That night, he sat on the wooden step outside their house, looking at the stars. His grandmother came and sat beside him. She saw the worry in his eyes. "What's wrong, Leo?" she asked. He looked down and whispered, "Tomorrow is toy day at school. But I don't have a toy." His grandmother was silent for a moment. Then she gently touched his hand and said, "I may not have money to buy you toys, but I believe you have something more special. You have your heart, your hands, and your mind." Leo nodded, but he didn't understand. The next morning, while other children were carrying colorful toys in their bags, Leo walked slowly with his empty hands. When he reached school, he sat quietly in the corner, watching others show their toys. One by one, each child came to the front, held up their toy, and talked about it. The class clapped and laughed. When it was Leo's turn, the teacher smiled at him and said, "Leo, would you like to share something today?" Leo stood up. His heart beat fast. He walked to the front of the class, looked at the children, and said softly, "I don't have a toy to bring. But I made something last night." He reached into his pocket and took out a small toy he had made from old paper, sticks, and thread. It was a tiny paper bird. He held it carefully. "I made this bird with my hands. It doesn't move or make sounds, but I made it with love." The class was quiet for a moment. Then Lisa raised her hand. "Can I hold it?" Leo walked over and placed the bird in her hand. "It's beautiful," she said. Soon, other children gathered around to see. Mark asked, "How did you make it?" Tim said, "Can you show me too?" Leo smiled, surprised. He had never been the center of attention. For the first time, his heart felt warm and proud. The teacher walked over and said, "Leo, this is very special. You made something with your own hands. That's more meaningful than anything we can buy." After that day, Leo became known as the boy who could make toys from anything. He started collecting bottle caps, old newspapers, pieces of cloth, and string. He made small drums with cans, boats with banana leaves, and kites from rice paper. Soon, other children began to bring broken toys to Leo. He fixed them. He added new parts. He gave old toys new life. He even started teaching his classmates how to make simple toys. One Saturday, the village held a small fair. There were food stalls, music, and games. The school had a booth called Toys from the Heart. All the toys Leo and his friends had made were on display. People came and smiled. Many asked to buy the toys. Leo shook his head. These toys are not for sale. But I can teach you how to make one. A kind woman from a nearby town saw the booth. She talked to Leo and watched him teach others. She was impressed. A week later, she returned and gave Leo a big box of art supplies, colored paper, glue, scissors, and pencils. She said, "You have a gift. Keep making and keep sharing." Leo felt his heart swell with joy. Not because he got art supplies, but because someone believed in him. Years passed. Leo grew older. He never stopped creating. He began designing new toys, new games, and even puzzles. People in nearby villages came to see his work. He started a small class under a tree every Sunday, teaching younger kids how to create things from waste. He called it Toy Time. Children loved it. They didn't care if they had expensive toys anymore. They were excited to make their own. One day, the school principal called Leo to his office. She said, "Leo, a city school has heard about you. They want you to visit and show their students how you make toys. Would you like to go?" Leo was nervous, but he said yes. When he reached the city, he saw tall buildings, loud cars, and children dressed in fancy clothes. He stood in front of a big classroom, holding his bag of handmade toys. The children looked curious. Leo said, "Hello. I grew up in a small village. I didn't have toys. So I made them. Today, I want to show you how you can too." He took out a small toy boat made from leaves. Then a spinning top made from paper. Then a puppet made from cloth. The room was silent. Then one child clapped. Then another. Soon, the whole class was smiling. Some children ran to get scissors and paper. Others asked for help. Leo spent the whole day teaching. That night, he sat by the window of the guest house, thinking about his journey. From a boy with no toys to a teacher who shared joy through simple things. He realized something important. Toys are fun. But the real gift is imagination. With imagination, even a leaf can be a car. Even a stick can be a sword. And even a paper bird can make people smile. When Leo returned to his village, the children ran to greet him. "What did the city look like?" they asked. "Did they like your toys?" Leo smiled and said, "They loved them. And they want to learn more." Later, Leo opened a small workshop with help from the kind woman who first supported him. It was not a store. It was a space where children could come and create. There were no prices, no sales, only learning and laughter. Parents also joined. Some brought old items from their homes. Others helped fix broken chairs and tables for the workshop. The whole village became part of the dream. Every year, on the same day as Toy Day, Leo held a Create Day. It was a big event. Children from nearby villages came. They shared what they made. They told stories. They painted, folded, cut, glued, and smiled. Leo never became rich in money, but he became rich in love, respect, and happiness. And he always remembered the night when he sat on the steps, feeling sad about having no toys. He was once the boy with no toys. But now, he was the boy who gave toys to the world. And that was more than he ever dreamed of.